my end. Hello, hello. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to some more Ace Attorney. Wonderful to see you all in chat. Welcome, Cyber. Welcome, Bane. Welcome, Moss.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the Pat Umber stream.
Go run down. We've got the intro to start anyway. Don't worry, Moss. Man. I'm going to actually... turn the music down a little bit. Got the controller working again as well. That's fun. Where's the... Oh. Well, let me just do that on the desktop then. I just realised that it's really loud compared to the alerts. Drop it down a little bit. There we go. Also, yes, I was also eating food just before I started the stream. Yeah, have some fun. No need to run, Moss, you can walk. Well, that's what Bane says. How's current going? Yeah, good question. Right, we're going to start up. We had a cutscene for the first episode. I don't know if we're going to get a cutscene for this episode. Let's find out. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Banded Spectacle, I think. The Unbreakable Speckled Band. I was close. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. You see it, Wilson?
Got a little bit of pizza I'm going to finish off while we watch this.
Through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike.
Snack.
It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Poor Snack. Poor Snack. "9 a.m. on a steamship."
So then, let us unravel this mystery
Ooh.
and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
He got gun.
This paper seal was placed
Ooh.
just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who's in the closet?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
He's a Russian.
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see,
Sherlock.
in less than 5 seconds from now,
Sherlock Sholmes.
I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd.
Wait, is that the
This
girl from the
is murder,
first episode?
and it can be locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world.
Yeah, Great British.
Sherlock Sholmes.
Sherlock Sholmes,
I
yep.
presume you must have heard of me.
I have heard of you. Sherlock Sholmes. I'm going to have to get used to saying that. I'm probably going to mess that name up a few times. Sherlock Sholmes. I wonder who this is. Is this the same guy we were before? My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Is this, oh, it's the same cabin. It is. It's Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke. Oh, I am bound. What the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Oh no, Russian. We had to drag you out the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. Da, we found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. No, I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Oh, is this Sherlock? Hello. Oh no, girl. One thing I want to know from you. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susayo. Miss Sus. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Kazuma, please. Don't tell me it's... Ha! You pretend you do not know. It is... No! You are wolf in a sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuse. What? Kazuma-san's body was discovered not long ago. No! Kazuma! Oh, your hair, your windy... No. Here in his very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please. Do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? Huh. He can't be. Oh, and these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-san's life? Answer me, please. No. Not again. No, I didn't kill anyone. Man. This is... Ace Attorney, how can you do this to me? Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. When he was in court with me. Oh no, 2 weeks. Sure about this one? We get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It really was something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your travelling case on the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't believe that. Can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey! Honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. I need a drink. Something in the back of my throat, don't know what it is. Well, about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. If you can find yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. But a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we had done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. Anyway, compared to hiding my travelling case, it'd be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe door once you're inside. I don't know. I've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England. Together. Moss, no! Kazuma died. The little bromance with his flapping hairband. He's dead. And I've been accused by these Russian sailors. Yeah. So we woke up, we were stowaways, and we were hiding in the closet, and now that we think we killed him. And the Russian sailors are like, we leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Da, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend. No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Da. Also, Herlock Sholmes is here as well. He's a gentleman. He's in a cutscene. Susan? Her name's Sus, by the way. Please tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. This is my female voice. But there is something I would like to ask of you too. Ah, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. The death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. These handcuffs. They think I did it. They think I'm Kazuma's killer. But I was his lover. How could I? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via portal window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from the outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit could have only been somebody inside this cabin. Second time, yeah, he's accused of murder and it's his best friend. It's like, I didn't think it'd be. No, Kazuma. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge even despite the circumstances? Please, Sasatan, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. I don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So I presume that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then? That's true, yes. About the incident as well. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presuming that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. You freaking murderer. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes I was, but... Don't look at me, Sus. No. He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Sasatan arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. I started to become worried, so I found a member of the crew. I mean, the music's great, but oh man. Oh, this is really bad. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside, there was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. Just let him respawn. Just wait a couple of minutes, and he'll tell us who murdered him. The white tape now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. I'm going to get voted off. I'm going to get voted off into space. It's all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Oh, my head feels so heavy. Still throbbing like anything. Ooh. Danganronpa. Oh, it does kind of with the text on the floor. So, Herlock Sholmes, I keep thinking the other one. Herlock Sholmes came in and he was like, this is Russian. He must have been Russian. Text on the floor is Russian, which is interesting. So whether that's like a Leon thing or I don't know, we'll have to see. Or whether it's actually Russian and someone's trying to frame me because it's Russian Navyman. Why are you on board the ship? Why are you even on board the ship, Naruto-san? You said something about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you occupy Kazuma-san's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. We wanted us to go to England together. And now he will never see the great shores of England. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Also, I just then noticed above the wardrobe, there's a ventilation. The imposter vented. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why could you go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Kazuma. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I, that you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is the spearhead of cultural development, the centre of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? No, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Then what, Kazuma? Kazuma-san is... He always was saying the same thing, that he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. Something's still bothering me a little. Look in his eyes, then. It's darker than I've ever seen it before. Something about the legal system. It's rigged. Probably. Susaso-san? Susaso-san? I'm sorry that we kept it a secret for you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. If you're not the culprit, then tell me, what happened last night here in this cabin? Do you like my voice for Sasaya-san? Shifting Kazuma Ryo says, yeah, it's gone. It's departed. Oh no. That pun. It took me a second. I'm like, yep, the ship's over. The ship's depart. Ah, Moss. Okay. Well, the thing is, I don't really remember last night. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. Is there something about him coming out the wardrobe? Him and Kazuma secretly sharing a bedroom together? Just saying. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Well, yes. I mean, so deeply they dragged me out of the wardrobe and I still didn't wake up. I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do. It's the truth. If only I'd woken up, perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. For some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? ... It's, I'm a man. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Sato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. What if it was suicide? I mean, it wasn't, but what if? Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why does this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. Now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. Sorry, you're going to have to excuse me. Hey-ya! What? Did she throw me? What the... That was a Sasato takedown. Am I on the roof? A Sasato what? What martial art form is that? Magic Kazuma's not dead, he's tranquilized for a week just to test. Maybe it's like a mock trial. I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Help, can I get up yet? Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. It was like a week ago. I mean, it's not been that long since I played Lady. She expected to present some conclusive evidence. She tossed us over her shoulder in a Sasato takedown. I have to get Sasato-san to believe me. I'll show some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? I need to go look for a bit. Sure, Cyber. Take care. Oh, yes, it was. I remember it clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, I love you. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, it's impossible I killed Kazuma. Da 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 da. Da da da. Sorry. I'm sorry, Sasato. Don't. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-san thought so highly of you. Thank you, Sasato-san. Now, do you think you perhaps could help me up? Can you help me up, please? My head hurts and you threw me. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating here at least. Thank you, so you finally believe me. I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What did she think I am, a magician? Goodness. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Sasato-san. Please, don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you, to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Conjuring tricks. Pockets my lighter again. Well, anyway, I should start making I should make a start investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. Right, let's have a look around. First time I'm looking around, listening. Oh, hello, Da is man. There's nothing on this table at all. Plate and cutlery all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter? Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always keep finding myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruto-san? What do you mean? I'm sure you're careful to look around all using D and D-pad. Let's investigate all the corners of the cabin. You got it. Let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. That's just one thing. Hello, security guard. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going. The investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking for investigator for information about his crime? Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. I might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Niet, of course not. Now back to the corner of the room and make silent. Niet. I say no more to you. Did I even hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. Last night. Look at the lock on the door. But I went for help and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt. Not particularly sturdy. It just slides across the killer's door shut. Still, with the door bolted, there would have been no way to get in or out without the cabin. That's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Not you, Susato. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There'd be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Don't look at me like that. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Not my spine. Leave my spine alone, woman. What's this thing? A warning. These are the rules of passage of travel aboard the SS Burya. Essentially, this request to the captain of all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I mean, there's a huge sword right there. Let's have a look at the sword. What? Why are you staring at me? I'm not a pet. I'm not Kazuma's... Wait, am I Kazuma's pet? Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Oh, baby, I was Kazuma's pet the whole time. Bow wow. I can't decide. But one thing's for sure, either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Rawr, I was his pet. That's Kazuma's special sword, and without it, yes, he was always saying, a Japanese man's katana is his soul. Oh. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now he's gone. Not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. It's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. Everything mown down at once. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-san's doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. And perhaps it was you, Naruto-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess with a few books and a statue. The way things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Am I messing with the crime scene? I'm messing with the crime scene. Oh my goodness. Why did I do that? I mean, there's something missing there. How would I know to place them like that? That's a very large travelling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stored away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes. I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which in hindsight I should have realised the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than the Suso take, just as I had to take down. Look at the chest of drawers, or the ottoman. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat when he was writing. Candles knocked down, cups knocked down, ink must have come from here probably. London diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't even make it to his destination. So the last entry is incomplete, which means, what, he was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? See what it says, it could be a valuable clue. Hey-ya! Sato, please. That's out the question. Wow. Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Help me up again. Please stop throwing me. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. In this case, isn't the need for clues more important? I guess that's that thing. I wonder if that's like a speaker system. Wardrobe. It's 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time? Pretty much. I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh no. I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I basically just had to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. My best friend is dead. What's this thing? This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? Oh. I read about it in a book and I studied and talked about life in Great Britain. I don't remember what this guy's name. Ryun. Large households often have a bell cord like this, which means you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Ding, ding, ding. Is there a butler going to show? Please be butler. Oh. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, just show us everyone's busy, that's all. Oh, that's a vent. Let's look at the vent. I think there's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. If its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, I feel it should be connected to the outside. Ooh, good question. That's true. Perhaps it's so rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. Highly suspect. Oh no, I've looked at the case. Yep, I looked at the case. I meant to look. I was trying to look at the ink thing, but I guess that was too close to the case. Yeah, look. I guess we'll look at the body. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It's like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments. Was he? Sorry, partner. Partner. But I can't read your writing. Because it's Russian, if I'm right. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? There he is. Hello. This is wonderful. Herlock Sholmes. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruto-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. Doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. I'm just imagining it, or does Sato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? Oh, smile. By the way, I expect you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. So I can't help but notice there's like a huge fake nail thing down here. Let's have a quick read of this actually. What's a bell? Oh, and a cup? Glassware? Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Glass is such a beautiful colour. It looks like it's a cute little Nisuke fastener for a kimono outfit. I'm not sure it sounds like Kazuma. Wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? Look beside it. What is it, I wonder? It's sort of like a brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It's the colour of a brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything the same colour anywhere else in the cabin. Hello, Mr. Herlock. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh! This is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. Ah! What exactly are we doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Oh, yes. Everything is clear now. Oh, my. Looking right through me. Moss. Is it the goggles, or is it like his demeanor? The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, while venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, the vibe, yeah. Well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. So may I see your eyes? I'm sure he'll show his eyes at some point. Maybe when he introduces himself. And when the be-ribboned occupant of this very cabinet discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I only see one person who fits the bill. So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution too. Don't believe him. What? It's shameful behavior, Naruto-san. Absolutely wicked. How could you be from Russia this whole time? There's no way this... Don't... No, explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Let me up and let me see his eyes. I also want to see his eyes.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to
Banda.
Hot Umber Stream.
Hey, Banda. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, my man. How could you do it? I hope you enjoy my lovely voice acting today. Oh, hey, yeah, good to see you, man. What time is it for you? Early morning for you, right? I'm glad you could make it. We're just enjoying a bit of Ace Attorney visual novel. So far, we were charged with a murder, showed we were innocent, and we started up, and my best friend's murdered, and we're charged for murder again. That's great. And also, apparently, I'm a Russian assassin with 16 murders to my name, which isn't true at all. For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionist, obviously. 7:30 a.m. Oh, heck. Can't sleep. Have you had any sleep then? Or like at least a nap? But yeah, 7:30 a.m. Yeah, very, very early. Even I don't get up that early. Oh, forgive me. As for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Nope. But was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, do you find yourself in the most troubling predicament? Do you not? Yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that? Well, to be honest, this ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. I love his design, though. Oh, the cogs, the steampunk look. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. I might turn him into Mustache, that might be fun. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. What do you think, Moss? Do you reckon he deserves Mustache voice or not? And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. That was more of a ha. My apologies. How remiss of me. Rather not. Yeah, I don't think so. I reveal. I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes. Ooh. So, it really is you, the actual Sherlock Holmes. I can't believe it's Sherlock Holmes, guys. The very same. The inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes. Moss. Do you know this man? Do you know this man, Sister-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruto-san? Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? The real Sherlock Holmes. I know, yeah. It's he's incredible. He also was way off on some of his deductions. We must ask him we must ask him what he's deducted. Deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Okay. Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me with that convo, Mr. Great Detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please, call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rangist magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I've never missed an issue. I was sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. He's adorable. He's an idiot, but he's adorable. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I am not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Watson, but not... I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Fanatically? Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't wait whether to actually take this man seriously or not. He's full of energy, though. I love this guy. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these things are data. Right. And the trained logician... oh, and the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. Ah, the hat flip. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn for both the observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Aye, this is a fun. I like this guy. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you. Now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Chasm Summon this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts, you say? What are these two facts? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please, what two facts were apparent to you when you came to this cabin this morning? Ah, yes, but first let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering the escape of the culprit out of the question. Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Not going to try and attempt that. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? Oh, that's a woman. Oops. In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. The little man, Russian. Casimir was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderobe may be the name of a killer. A certain Robert Gard, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong to not look inside the wardrobe at least. Where you found Mr. Naruto sleeping soundly. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is that? I'm Russian too. I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you're acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. Well, at least I can see why he thinks we're Russian now. That makes some sense. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Can I see photo? Oh, Casimir. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. Yeah. Casimir had already been taken away when I woke up. It's the first time I've actually seen him like this. Casimir! Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Oh, yes, thank you. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia was war as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary, fearing from Russia and all that? Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Do you want to explain that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Koyoko. Oh, I'm sorry. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian. Can we talk about your deduction before? The thing you concluded about me, I mean? Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other detail that was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and the assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday. Last night, the young Russian was murdered. Spencer Casimir a Russian? I thought that Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Casimir-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. No. How could that be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I am a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds of the man have perpetrated this far, and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There could be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Oh, bless you, Yunuski. Here, take the paper for yourself. It is a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I absorbed all this of interest to move within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Okay. We have more evidence. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back. Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Oh, it's like a picture book. So let's have a look at the since we what? Princess. About princess. This is interesting. Found something relevant, Nerudo-san? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, you think? She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, there's Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novacek Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She's, of course, the talented young Nikoline Pavlova. Why a Russian name so hard to remember and to pronounce? It appeared the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea. I'm quite sure. It must be an unbelievable sum of money. Sato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. Tiara is the property of the Novacek Ballet. Novovich. The Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to retrieve both Miss Pavlova and the valuable Triviara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with response, Mr. Naruto. Wow. Okay. Interesting. You're just investigating on the desk. Before we start talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Oh, yes, the victim. Do you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe, for a moment, the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. People like you're there. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what Sasato's takedown is. No, she's a fan of him, so she's not going to do anything. Sato-san, aren't you going to throw the detective with all your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of this writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you are suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, which I can't precisely read none. I can read precisely none. What was all that showing off about before then? I like this guy. I'm glad he's in the game. If you would like so kindly show me, I'd be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madame. Final entry here in Kazuma's diary consists of 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? No idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill. Oh, Millie, thank you for the posture. Stretch. My back was very... Oh, I just saw your DM as well.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the Pat Umber stream.
Welcome to the Pat Umber stream, indeed. We are currently meeting the famous Herlock Sholmes. Oh my. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was... Whoops. I missed what I said. Nice. Why can't I... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall which connects the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. What's in the adjoining cabin, I wonder? How are you doing today, Millie? It's wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for coming by. Oh, it's always wonderful to have you in the stream, Millie. So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? I'm glad. I just got to that. I had a long day at work, and I thought I want to come back and play more Ace Attorney. A little sick, because I woke up really early. I know, me too. I get to lie in tomorrow. I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be good. As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold. If I'm standing still too long. I thought still like I'm still standing sort of thing. Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to? Great detectives are curious breeds. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. Moss is here as well. Yay! So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps we could go with you? No. That would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you the culprit at any point. Huh? You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I'd have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. Ooh, what's this guy about? I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Strange noise precision. I'll need to look into that. Really quiet since. Give me 2 seconds. Let me try. Okay, I've messed around with my mic a little bit. Let's see if this is any better. Let's just keep talking and I'll see watching with voice levels. Hopefully that's a bit better. I'll have to play around with the settings definitely after the stream. So thank you for that. Thank you. Now he's just being plain rude. And he just told me to accept my fate. Where have I heard that before? Just give up. Off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humour is twisted as his name. Seems good. Okay, I'm glad. Naruto-san, what are you just standing there for? Also, do you like my female voice? I'm great at female voices. I'm really bad. We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? Totally uwu. Hiya! Please stop throwing me. The Kazuma-san spent his diamond struggling to leave us a clue. You're willing to give up? Just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Do we? What else is there to look at? I mean, I could look at the body a bit more. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Have you ever played the Phoenix Wright games, Millie? It's one of my favourite games just in general. I could look at the I could look at the food again. That, last time it just kicks me out of them. Not the pleasure of them yet. Oh, you're missing out. There's some really wonderful games. Really, really wonderful games. The original trilogy is really, really good. I'll have to get you to play that sometime. No, I don't know when you find time, honestly. They're great games, but again, visual novels can be quite a bit long. I mean, I did the first case of this one, and it was about 5 hours long on my stream. That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here? I did. I'm not a dog, Sasato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Wait, she talked about me being a pet before. I was Kazuma's pet. What? Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. And the plate looks like it's upside down as well. Kazuma-san didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean poor Kazuma-san spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? Oh, her face, no. It's just too horrible. Ah, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Oh, hello. Oh, look over there. All these guys are Russian, by the way, so I will do my best. The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. But I suppose I could try. Hello, Mr. Crewman. Is something wrong, Neruda-san? Oh no, it's just that Crewman's standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Oh, it's I know him. Yeah, okay. He's not Russian. I recognise that face, but it can't be. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hasanaga. Oh, I love this guy. I'm glad that he's a recurring character. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. Perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Yes, let's talk. What are your orders, sir? So, what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? You already told us that. Now have a drink. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. It was the Minister of Justice, Jigoku, who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How? How could that be a possibility? Thank you, Moss. I'm not sure. But those are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest superpowers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-san was assassinated. Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I don't know what voice to give him. I keep changing the accent. I see. I keep going for like a posh butler thing, because that's what his first was. And I didn't take my eyes off him from the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Oh. I've failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word. I want permission to investigate next door. We're doing what we can to investigate Casimir's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed out of the cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman over there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. I think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how. There may be a way. What? Really? The diary. Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruto-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you really had in your possession. Yes, it's a tutorial for presenting evidence again. Evidence? You said the same when you were in your cart. You must have done it many times during your trial. I just give you this big tutorial. Simply present panel and choose some of the evidence that Inspector Hosanna could use. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the evidence. I can present evidence. I remember how to present. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. No! We need to go to this investigate there. Why did I press that? I pressed the A button instead of the B button. Right, a reason why it's so important that we're allowed to investigate the next door cabin. Let's go. Exactly. Does anyone want me to do that? Present? Yes. I'm gonna have a slice of pizza while I'm run through this dialogue. What's this? Casimir's diary. Strange in what way? I need a drink now. What looks like some type of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? That is strange. So I can work out what you meant by that. What I'd like to know is, I mean, you missed this bit, Moth, but in the opening, there was a bit about like a speckled band being like a snake. So I don't know if that's going to come back into play. Don't tell me the ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So we can investigate in there. We might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you two don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't we going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asoki-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruto-san. Just select move, and we can move. Move. Alright, let's see what we can move. Let's move and groove. Oh, let's movie, groovy, groovy. We're out of the room. Yay. After 2 weeks. 2 weeks of being in that room. Oh, what's it's a trap on the floor. You see that down there, guys? In the bottom left? Like a little mouse trap thing. I'm finally out of that cabin. Just what I was saying, it's been 2 weeks. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent here on a study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, hello. Oh, look over there. It's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous even if he's just sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs. Maybe. Maybe let's not try to annoy him. You look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came on board. And ever since then I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look, please. Right, let's examine the place. Let's start over this side. Let's look at the ship sections. This looks like a plan of the SS Bura. It shows each deck. Look, Bura? Bura. The Bura is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering! It's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruto-san. Is it? It is. Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan. Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Oh, is that it? That's not how the science works, lady. There's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Should we have a little look through it? Are we allowed to just read through the log? The writing so neat and precise, every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. Man, better handwriting than me, I bet. And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. He's a very gruff-looking man, but a nice man. I'm not sure rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Assuming that means there was nothing to report. What happened last night? Something happened last night because the other sailor freaked out. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer! That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mrs. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid? Oh. You seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. Mr. Mustache. Mr. Mustache is doing really well. He is very, very excited. Next week, he's going to have an entire stream to himself. Oh, yeah, he is really looking forward to that. He's been looking forward to just doing like a whole stream. And I can have the day off. So it's really nice. I am Senior Crewman, Big Stroganoff. You, the best thing is just avoid eye contact, I think. Oh, he has like soft eyes though. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Bioira steamship for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government official, kings and queens travelling in secret.
Many important persons, like Hunter Okami, welcome to stream. Nice to see you, Okami. That is why I am always guarding this place.
Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid Stowaway inside.
He is Russian, by the way.
I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Ayosogi's currently occupied?
Duh.
Sasato-san? Did you understand that? I did the wrong voice. It sounded like da. I think it probably is Russian for yes. Or no. It's yes. Da is yes. Genius.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Ooh, let's ask about the person next door. Could you tell us who's travelling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimesby Royalot. He is very important Western gentleman.
Western gentleman.
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Royalot is an authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly students from insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh. It's going quite well. I mean, we are currently like the main culprit, the main expected person to have done the crime. So in that sense, it's going very badly. But we have got out of the room and we're actually exploring a bit of the ship now. And it's also our best friend who died. So yeah, I miss Kazuma. Could you tell us when Mr. Royalot came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though I've been at sea for 2 weeks now, I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time. I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Unless they came in yesterday. Well, presumably since the Germans occupying the first class cabins, he must be rather important, is that right?
That is not your business.
Okay. Yeah. That's a Phoenix Wright game for you, an Ace Attorney game. Are you on watch here at all times, Seaman Stroganov?
Da, all time, so criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
Did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Oh, hello.
Head.
Sasato-san, did you understand that? It's clearly no.
I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all.
You didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no.
Sorry.
Yet.
I am not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. True, he looked away. He is sussy backer.
This is enough, I cannot say more now.
Oh.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yes, right.
Bulkhead to second class area staying locked at all times. You escape when lobster whistles on top of mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand. What is that phrase? I've never heard that phrase before. Good. Now I can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Perfect. Can I expect his chair? I mean, there's nothing really in the door. Protocols. Can we still look at the protocols? It says we've not looked at it. It's really huge. There's a pen with it too. Yeah. Yes, I'm sure that's the ship's log. Should we have a little look through it? We've already looked through it. Why is it... Right, so pretty much every detail about the voyage has been done. We expect a rough and ready sailors with such beautiful handwriting. Is it because he's gone now? It's changed the tag. Anyway, look here. Last night's log is mostly blank. So that means there was nothing to report. Alright, now it's ticked up.
Let's look at the door for the next door. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-san wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Whoever's in the cabin can solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh, there we go. Thump, thump. No answer. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help us with our inquiries. How annoying. It's a mousetrap. Ah, a trap for catching mice. It is a mousetrap. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. Don't eat it. You can't eat it, Naruto-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But... I suppose you're right. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Oh, that's cute. And look at like an alarm bell. Let's look at alarm bell. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. Looks as though it set alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, this I have to see. What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm's for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. Oh my goodness, I'm an idiot. My guy's an idiot. I love it. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included. Everything just stop. Stop. Bring Kazuma back. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Oh. Ah! Oh, stand aside. I am about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped when the fit is on me. I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. Well, no need to kick it. It doesn't. And how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What, pray, can I kick? I think we should go inside. There's no time to think about stress relief. Oh, boy. 9th of January, SS and Bura, first class, cabin number 2.
Who are you?
A Western gentleman? This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody in here but me in this cabin.
True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. In that case, who just screamed?
Get out, all of you, now!
Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe.
Yes, that's me. And you are?
I am the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt.
No.
I'm a great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the cover of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. Man uses that magazine like a business card.
A detective? I do not trust detectives.
We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. There wouldn't appear to be a lady concerning herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be as bold to ask you to open that small traveling case?
What? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that?
Well, it is quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruto? Yes, the case just shook. Oh my! What?
Leave now, otherwise I will call the steward.
So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it. The strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Oh, so I can actually look around, okay. He's just in the wardrobe. Oh, look, the books. What do you think you're doing? Ah! This is my cabin. Get out! Can we just have a quick look inside your travelling case, perhaps? No! Ah, what a pity. I think we're out of luck. I think you're right. There doesn't appear to be anything more we can do. I agree. Maybe someone else who can help. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with this Mr. Roylott. I just noticed like that's fallen over. The same way that it was in the other cabin. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? No Mr. needed. Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed. I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh! And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why, the truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian would react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh, yes, please. Oh boy, exposing. Oh my, he's going to expose him. Oh my. Oh. One of those games is going to expose him. Oh my. Well then, what you're about to see may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Oh, okay. Could this man be more hackneyed? Hackneyed, yeah. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From the time to time it occurs to me. Is this fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't know what to think of either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting. But I once read, it's a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. Shh! I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Welcome back. Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Huh? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you've been discovered. I think it is, yeah. I mean, that's Ace Attorney. Does it not? Ah. Oh, Neruda-san, I never imagined you would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction. Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? What an epical twaddle. Why is he British now? Oh yes, I've read about it in countless times in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Maybe click some documents. He has like a newspaper in his pocket as well. I have now experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true. I can hardly believe it, but all the colours drained from Mr. Roylott's face. It looks like somehow both Mr. Sherman's conclusions were right. How could you? How could I possibly know such things? You wish to say. Very well then, I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So I do cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Oh wow, the great deduction, the game is afoot. I've been to Russia and there's not sunny through glasses. Topic 1, Old Man's Identity. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously, what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using those shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. The question then begged this: why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I like Sherlock. He's an idiot, but I love him. Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. Aha. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. 5 meter tapes in the other pocket too, maybe. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decide to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. Revolutionary on the run. Oh goodness, I like this. This is fun. 5 minute tips in the pocket too. Maybe he's just dressing. Oh, wrongdoing. Okay, deduction. Now, as for my second conclusion, I know, right? The finger snapping. You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. Also, it might not surprise you, Cyber, but Moss has a huge crush on this guy now. Moss has a huge crush on Sherlock. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ugh. And I assure you the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. I'm not surprised. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that travelling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, magical light gives me all the answers. Yep. A young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would the identity of this young lady in the travelling case? Oh, I know. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'etat betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your travelling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. Well, there is another most stimulating article. I don't know what the devs drank during making this game. I mean, yeah. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page, Renowned prima ballerina of the Novosibirsk Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but only one conclusion. Ballerina's in the case. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. The style of this game, though. This concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma, Elemensky. Elemensky, my dear, what's skinny? Sato-san? That wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? About your deduction, would you mind? Not at all, go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. Yeah, that nose is... Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you. The man is revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look a lot more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Oh, indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. But just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you pushed really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her will be poking out from that case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to consort oneself in the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. This is... Oh. Mr. Neruda, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' seductions just now. I think his powerful observations are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seems a little off. The idea of a little, maybe a little off itself, Mr. Sisleto. There's one or two key words in his seduction that seems to let him down. I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some key words in his deductions? Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought I was going through my own mind. This man has a lot of work. He really is. At the time I was wondering how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. It is kind of funny. Come on. And you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Wait. Where are your handcuffs? Where are my handcuffs? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Hey, relaxed. How are you doing? Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried, in fact, I'd rather stay like this. Hey, how are you doing today? We're just having a lot of fun with this Sherlock Holmes. So, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Meme injection the game. Oh boy. Okay. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. This is like a whole new mechanic. I like this. The style of this mechanic is good though. So, the dubious looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place? The shears, I agree. It's the enormous pair of shears in your hand. It did the exclamation, which probably means it's right. Possible on such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face.
You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Aha. Now he's questioning it, which means it's wrong. See? There we go. I'm not sure. What would you really use shears like to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong. Let's try a switch. Let's try to switch a keyword here, Naruto-san, and see if it helps matters. Right, but how? I think we should start by taking a long and hard look at Mr. Roylott. What if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on? Exactly. Maybe he has 3 kills of curls making sweat attack. Maybe. He's going to cut his clothes up. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruto-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around that last sentence. What was Mr. Roylott really used his enormous shears for? Thick hat, copious beard, the coat buttons. Is it his golden locks by chance? What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. Is this a woman in dress? Is she? Is that where the cry came from? It's actually a woman, and she's in disguise. No. The colour's not the point. The point is, what is it doing on the back of Mr. Roylott's head? And how is it growing out from underneath his thick black hair? Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising and stunningly golden. Something's definitely not right here.
Yes!
Present. I was like, I just need to present golden locks. Look, I'm doing it now as well. You're on the verge of using those shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all, you're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have a clear evidence to shed light on the matter. We shouldn't need no further clarification. My brain goes brr. Article is it about the revolutionary? Nope. The evidence reveals your true identity is the article about the missing girl with a tiara. An idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? Her voice acting was great. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was such a surprise. Naruto-san, you're enjoying this, aren't you? Absolutely. Did you see that click and flourish? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room, introducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything, Barker. This is strictly business, not now strictly... Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' seduction, shall we? The evidence that you picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly, he, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. Not even Russian, you're actually an Irish penguin. In a different direction now, yes. Let's switch any evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. You got it. You got it. For some reason, this woman needs to try to hide her trident. She is the prima ballerina. Prima ballerina. Prima ballerina. Prima ballerina. Prima ballerina. Ready? I'm going to do my little flourish. Ready? The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. Oh, I love this. That's right, you've hit the nail. That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina, the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballerina's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Wow. Don't stab yourself with this. Oh no. She stabbed herself in the head.
Wow, look at those earrings. You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg of you, don't tell anyone. Oh. Ballerina on the run. Well, clearly she couldn't have kidnapped the ballerina if she is the ballerina. So she kidnapped she kidnapped the revolutionary. That's my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. The proof of this crime over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. She's really nice looking. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah. And I assure you the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Furtive glance falls. The proof of your crimes is before our very eyes. Yes, the travelling case. Ah. Oh. The woman with the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that travelling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted after all. We don't do objection stuff. It's a fun meme character. We do objection stuff in the courtroom. I should say that mostly it's just him shouting yes. That seems to be the new objection, is yes. Which case, the crowning woman is apparently committing. I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem so pleased, Naruto-san. Do you like the idea of the chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. The bottle? No. Oh, there we go. Yep. Yes! It's the tiara. Oh boy, I was like, I didn't realise it's hidden behind the chair perfectly. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Ah. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novich Ballet, is it not? Novovich. Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you've committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah. Oh. Oh. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old. She's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. I love the music. All right. I will tell you everything. There is no point hiding it now. Come, come, let us not be hasty. What? What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? Well, what do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this travelling case of yours in our presence. She was not Penguin. But it's reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there's some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case even before I laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'etat betrays you. Caught me off guard a bit there, Cyber. Once again, we need to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refused to open your case. It's on the books on the shelf. Not the books on the shelf. Silly Mr. Holmes. He completely changed tack with his introduction now. I think this shows his adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, doesn't that seem like the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case? Would have been written on a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. It must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookshelf.
Yes!
Pet. It's a pet. It's a pet penguin. There's a pet penguin inside the thing. I guess it was a pet because pets aren't allowed either. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabin. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from the carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. The poor penguin. Let the penguin out. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item will move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your travelling case. Man, can I just say I love this? Hold on, let me just I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna save a screenshot of this for later. I might make that into something. Okay. I lost my game now. There it is. Oh, something strange, not some doggo with cat. It's probably going to be a dog if I have to guess, but oh, the last item listed as forbidden as vessel's rules of passage is a pet. Ha! Those poses, though. Possession of a prohibited animal. Probably going to be a doggo, but knowing Ace Attorney games, deduction complete. Elementary, my dear Sholmes. Oh boy. Oh, just pour myself a quick drink. So clearly you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimesby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Oh, you did send me a present. Oh, present? Present from Millie? Oh, Millie! Let me, let me just mess around with this a little bit. I'm gonna vanish from sight for a second. I zoomed in first. Let me mess around with some settings. How can I not be excited about this? Don't worry, I won't be gone for long, Cyber. I'm just gonna disappear for a second. I will be back in a little bit. Invisipat, that's me. I am invisible. Invisible. Did you just do this while you were just watching the stream, Millie? Is that what you've been doing? Why won't it load? It's not loading. What am I doing wrong? I put it in the folder. It's in the folder. It's just not showing up as an icon. Do I need to like refresh the thing? It's the same way I've put the other models in there. Oh wait, hold on. I need to. No. Oh, I see what I need to do. I need to do. Hold on. Oh, okay. So do that, then do this.
Oh, let's try that one instead. Oh, I see. It won't open with. It's not letting me open the zip thing. That's why. I tried extracting it, and it's not letting me extract it. Let me. Hold on, actually. It's okay. I'm using WinRAR, and that seems to be messing up a little bit. Yeah, I'll come back in a little bit, guys. Maybe I think the wrong kind of zip. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I love the music. You guys can enjoy this. So I set a Z zip, 7 zip. Yeah, 7 zip. I can work with that. Give me a second. We've gone a bit of a tangent here, but oh, there we go. I think I got it. Oh, I think we got it. Bye. Oh. Millie? Millie? This, is it? This is the model. What? I'm very confused. Is that? Just set up the emo. Oh, okay. How do I do that? I'll do some behind the scenes stuff. Do I need to go to the oh. Oh goodness, I do not know these things. Here we are. Left control? No. Yep. Is it this thing here? So number. I don't have number pad 2, so let's change that to. O will do. So if I do this. Oh my, Millie from Waffles, thank you so much. Oh, I look incredible, Millie. I'm so dapper. Oh my goodness. Well, I think for celebration, we might keep some Mr. Moustache for a bit longer. Your head thing should be less annoying now too. It doesn't pop in and out. With a smile and a frown. Oh, marvellous. Millie, I cannot thank you. Me and Patumbra, we both cannot thank you enough. Oh, marvellous. This is perfect timing. And look, my moustache, it stays on my face now. It doesn't vanish off into the ether. Eyes open wide. Oh, yes. Millie. Oh, Millie. Come here. Millie. Thank you, Millie. Millie for Waffles. Thank you so much. Patumbra will have to mess around with some of the settings later, but... And I love the little wiggle on the chain. You have made me look so dapper indeed. It only looks good because you're so good, Millie. Thank you so much. I'll continue the story for a bit for Patumbra. I'll stick around for a little bit. You'll get a free Mr. Moustache redeemed tonight. Thank you so much. Her name rhyme is Nicola Padlo. Oh, goodness. What have I done? Everything said was correct. Millie Four Waffles does. She deserves one heck of an ara, my dear Millie. Ara indeed. Thank you, son. I don't know what else to say. Oh, hi, thank you, Cyber. Looking out for the deer. Petumbra the Moustache. I will have a sip of tea. Marvelous. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. It looked like he was sleeping. Oh, well, the tea is rather soothing. It does send me right to sleep. Especially a nice Earl Grey with a dash of milk. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. It couldn't have been easy. The Bura is a huge steam-like ship with a vast crew. Could you really have snuck on board without being noticed? Or was she smuggled on board? Oh. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. You intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave it well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell by none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I rang away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. This is why, you see, I'm a British gentleman pretending to be a young lady. This is why I decided to, how you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. Who would wear a disguise, really? It would be some scoundrel to wear a fake moustache, a hat and glasses to obscure one identity. Good thing that is not what I am doing. For I, Petumbra the Moustache, am not Petumbra. Nope, not me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then just before you came in here, I saw it in the newspaper. This just in, Millie for Waffles is a cutie indeed. Ah, Millie. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. That's why the newspaper is in her pocket. Her jacket pocket. Jacket pocket. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. How annoying. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What pet do you have? What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Oh, how sad. Please don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you, but in return, you must tell us as in much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Ooh. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Is the pet dodo? Well, Mr. Naruto, what if it is a Petumbra? Ah, I can see. The eyes open wide. Millie, ah. Was it something Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? It's certainly something. Yes. It's just not entirely sure what.
But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. You look downward. I do when I look down. I don't look as sad when I look down. My old model. Oh, there we are. That feeling when you're out of crumpets. No more crumpets. The crumpets. But no, thank you so much. I like the the wiggle. And one more thing. Oh, yes, what? Observe your wrists. Have you put the shackles back on? But we were dancing so wonderfully. Your hands are cuffed again. Such a dapper lad. With a fantastic VTuber mother. Thank you so much, Millie Waffles. What but how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. Grr, when and why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruto. I am sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can't it really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. Oh. What happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to the one last night? I'll stick around a bit longer. One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why we were trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Sholmes, you're not helping. Please, let the British shine. Don't be so weird. Perhaps everyone on the board would notice that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. Oh, poor Lady Pavlova. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Running away. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there I want to go to America. Oh, across the seas again. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget a challenging proposition when you have a striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novich Ballet, excuse me, gives us only a little food and water. We must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, they would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself. Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. That is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova. It creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruto? Me? Oh, well, yes. I'm sorry, my British voice is not great for doing different voices. I think you should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation, but what conundrum? I'm not sure, but... I will leave you in the capable hands of the esteemed Patumbra for now, and I very much look forward to seeing you all on my own stream very soon next week. Ta-ta for now, and enjoy the rest of the stream. Love you all. Goodbye. Let me just, oh, I see.
Hi guys, I'm back with my new expressive model. Yeah. Let's get back into the story. I was watching over the side, so I've kept in touch with the story. I understand what's happening. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Thank you, Cyber. It's nice to be back. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. My mouth quivering. Oh, I need to play around with the settings. To check your blush emote. Oh, 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 oh. Blush emote. Blush emote. I missed that one. Oh, yes, that's it. How did I miss that? Let's put that to that. Okay, Cyber, I am ready to give you blushes. Make me blush, please. Cyber's good at that. Cyber's good at making me blush. I didn't realise. Millie! Millie! Come on, Cyber, hit me with your best line. Your best pickup line. Cyber. Oh, is he too shy? Need a moat. Stack 2 is Miss Mushroom. Oh, he could. Interesting. Millie. Thank you, Millie. Millie. Thank you so much, Millie. Ooh, Millie. Thank you. Millie. I love it. I love it so much. I got expressions and emotions. I don't. Are we still playing? Are they still playing Ace Attorney, or are we just like freaking out how cool Millie is right now? Millie. Oh no! Thank you, Millie. You're the cutie, Millie. Ah, that was. You caught me off guard. You've caught me so much off guard. However, the SS Bureau stopped by no port last night. That's it. Of course. Oh yeah, there's a story going on here. So, how is it, pray, that you've come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. Well, yeah, we were asked about last night. We were from Mr. Radio stream. I'm sure it will. I'm sure he's going to look forward to even more now. I know he's planning something as well, something special for the stream. So yeah, that's going to be early next week, probably Tuesday, I think. Tuesday. I'll be advertising on Twitter and all that, don't worry. He doesn't have his own Twitter, so I'll be helping him out. I'll keep him right. It's just after we asked him about the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business. Oh, that's the whole flashback. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? It is how the Russian newspapers describe one of my performances. I completely lost. I was so thrown off track. I've lost. Stretch. I forgot what her accent was that I gave her a minute ago, and a hydrate as well. Thank you, Millie. Looking after your baby boy, your baby pet. Looking after me, Millie. Thank you. Considering English of mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descends from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, he doesn't like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Yeah, that might be part of the mystery. So the friend you mentioned inside your travelling case, is that right? You mentioned is inside your travelling case. I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious... It's a dog. It's got to be a dog. Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy, isn't it? Oh, it's not a puppy. Oh, I think his pet is a snake. Neen! Hi! Hi, Neen! 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 Hi, Neen! Oh, you're in the stream, Neen! Hi! Thank you for coming by. Maybe a adorable little rabbit? Playing alongside you because I couldn't sleep. Heck yeah. You're probably way ahead of me. We stopped for a good... Yeah, we stopped for a long time. We're still in the original investigation. We haven't gone to trial yet. Ha! You credited Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? I mean, I got to the pause. Oh, yeah, is there like a save pause thing? Yeah. You may as well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of a young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends? I'll remember that. No. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Ah. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. It's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Fascinating through the great poison chasma, betting a gifted sub on it. That's kind of what... I mean, we saw the snake at the very beginning, at the very first cutscene. It was like, oh, the most deadly perspective thing was... No, I don't... I got B and A confused again. Oh, please don't tell. So reassuring. What's our page your friend, little puppy? Maybe a adorable rabbit. Emails ask. It's a chicken. A chicken. Reverse she strikes. It's another chicken. I don't... It's strange though, because I don't know... That makes sense in terms of like a snake crawling through the thing, poisoning him. But why would it be covered up in Russian? Snake has a little bell on it. Maybe... Oh, yeah. The brick. Did Kazuma try and attack it with a brick? Present. I want to give you... Do I need to give them a diary to share about the band? This is the diary of my friend who passed away. Diary. Yes, and he wrote it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads 1:23. Yeah, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band. I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator mentions joins to this cabin, you see. The Russian wouldn't the snake get too cold. Maybe she kept it warm in the trunk, or like in her coat or something. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victims mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? Maybe it's a chicken that made a whistling. Was it ghost? No. I don't know anything. Oh. She knows. She knows.
I really
Love to
so
jump
joke
with you.
We can
I really
be
need to
YouTuber
update this thing.
streamers.
Hey, Kazooie. Why don't we make a whistling sound?
Yeah, he
I mean,
did it.
thank you, Cyber. I completely forgot. I was about to do that myself. You, Cyber. What makes a whistling noise? I think gophers whistle. What are you playing? You're playing Osu. Oh, you're playing more Osu. Awesome. Hey. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? That was quick. She's fast. She really is. Hi, Raiders. Welcome. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once. Please. Oh, I said please, isn't it? All right, I will come now. I have the same voice as you. Oh, you do? You could be my brother. Are you my old brother? I lost my brother many years ago. Maybe you are my brother. Oh, my brother didn't have a beard. But my brother, I left him when he was 8. My 8-year-old brother did have a beard. You must leave now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes. Please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out. Do you want me to throw you out? It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. Stop making me giggle. Never. Never. I have the power, Cyber. What a pity. What a pity. Brother? Is that your brother? And so we lost our chance. Oops, I shouldn't be giggling. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. Creamy me, creamy me. Hey, hi. Welcome to the stream. We are currently investigating another murder, which we've been charged for. We are the I'm gonna say victim. We are the expected culprit of the case. This is where I stop playing. That's probably where I'm going to finish as well, because it's like 2.5 hours. I will probably be playing more of this tomorrow, though. Let's say we were quite literally picked up and thrown in the passageway outside. Niet, get out! To begin. Oh yeah, there we go. Wow, that was perfect timing. To be continued tomorrow. Joining tomorrow's stream. Joining tomorrow's stream, where we'll find out what happens next in the Great Ace Attorney Adventures of Unbreakable Speckled Band. Ryu got framed again. I know. I was just there like, wait, oh no. And then it was like, it was Kazuma who died. I was like, no, Kazuma. Oh, what doesn't look me in it? Oh, you did, Cyber. Interesting. Right, okay. We are going to pop out to. Let's get to the title screen. We've already saved. That's fine. Oh, I keep pressing B instead of A. I think it's because I've been playing too much Switch. We'll chat for a little bit. Save. Don't save. We've already saved. Yep, that's fine. We just saved, right? I hope we saved. Oh, look, the background changes too. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Right, let's jump across to my chatting stream. Thank you. Yeah. I'll be playing some more of this tomorrow, definitely. I want to try and get some more of the case done. I do have no... Apparently, yeah. So, are you sick? Are you sick? Oh, I thought you said, are you sick? I'm like, no, I'm fine. We're on a boat. So, I can give you an outline of the case so far, and we can try and work through some scenarios in my head. So, we are in a first-class accommodation. We were a stowaway from our best friend. We were hiding in the wardrobe. Our best friend was murdered while we were in the wardrobe. We are now pinned as the main suspect of the case because it was a locked room. You can see... oh, hold on. Here. I'm going to wiggle around a little bit. So you can see the door here has a little lock on it. Just down below me here. Has a lock on it. So we were in a locked room and he was found dead. I was found in the wardrobe, fast asleep, knocked out. He kept mentioning a headache, so I think I was drugged or knocked out, like literally physically hit on the back of the head. But we were in the wardrobe. Oh, hold on. Oh, we were in the wardrobe. We were sleeping. And then we were dragged out of the wardrobe, still sleeping. And we were handcuffed. Kazuma had died on the floor here, and he had written down in Russian, considering he's Japanese, he wrote in Russian saying wardrobe, and there's things saying keep out on the wardrobe as well. It did, yeah. So you can see the plate on the floor. I am the chicken that Kazuma ate last night. The Kazuma didn't eat. Ryu ate. Our guy, he ate. So maybe the chicken knocked him out. But then, pats in the closet. Sholmes is kind of sus too. Maybe. Sholmes, I think Sholmes is just an idiot. Like, he's just like, he's so confident. I mean, I love him. I really do love him. But I think he's just confident. I think he's like a harmless character. But yeah. But then I thought it might be the person next door, but Pavlova seems way too innocent. So then it could be the crew, because the note that he wrote was in Russian, and of course the crew are Russian. So it makes me think that someone Russian at least tampered with the scene. Oh yeah, the magical light, the luminescence stuff. Kind of, I haven't introduced all the characters yet. I mean, the rule murder says that the murderer has to be revealed in the first act. True. You're a stowaway. Yeah, we're gonna get abandoned in Great Britain. We're gonna become a pauper living on the streets of England. So that's the main thing. Oh, the other thing that really interested me, Neen, was the bookshelf in the back here. The bookshelf, because you'll see the books in this room. This is Pavlova's room. The books in Pavlova's room were knocked over in the same exact way that was in our room. Yeah, exactly. So clearly something's knocked them over. But it couldn't have been like a knock to the ship or something, because otherwise it would have been like everyone would have... Yeah, no, it's exactly the same way, because it's fallen to the left. It's exactly the same way. It's not mirrored, no. The books in... I've got a good eye for... Well, sometimes I've got a good eye for memory. But no, they were definitely knocked to the left. And then when he fixed them, they were all like stacked up to the right. Someone's looking for something. Maybe. There's also like a big gap in the books. It's like, don't tamper with the crime scene. Tampers with the crime scene immediately. Yeah, I raged at that bit. I called him out on that. I'm like, don't tamper. Yes. Now, the pet could be a snake. The snake seems almost too obvious, though. And I don't think a snake would make the bag bounce as much. But this is an Ace Attorney game, so it could well be a bag. A snake in the bag. The thing I just found interesting, actually, looking at the plate on the floor, the plates on the floor here. Is it an animal that... It's got to be a small animal, but is it like a dog or something, or a cat that eats off the floor? And that's why the thing's on the floor there. And then there's a question of how did she get onto the boat? Weird pink bell. Yeah, there's a pink bell with a brick. Well, they kept saying brick. Like it's like half a bell. It was perfectly cut in half, or perfectly snapped in two. There's only one half, and the cat's still in the bag. It's not something crazy. It's an Ace Attorney game. It's going to be something crazy. In one of the first cases, in the Phoenix Wright trilogy, there was a parrot who took a witness stand. A parrot. Do you think water has a revolving door? Ooh. Interesting. Possibly, because it lines up on the exact same side of the wall. Why would it be... This is like a luxury accommodation. I don't know why they would have it. Yeah, a parrot. Also, in one of the other games, in one of the DLC for a game, your defendant is a whale. You defend a whale. To show the whale did not commit murder. It's a very... Ace Attorney games are always kind of wacky, so I expect a very wacky pet, honestly. Wardrobe, revolving door, bookshelf. I mean, he was in there for 2 weeks. Like, he almost lived in the wardrobe. Maybe it was a platypus, they have poison spikes too. Maybe. The thing is as well, that we don't actually know what killed Kazuma. That was a big deal as well. They said that they couldn't find a wound or anything. And you'd think like a bite mark or something, or spike marks, would be obvious. Maybe he died from not... Maybe he just died of starvation because he didn't eat the chicken. Maybe that's the thing. It's all a misunderstanding. And the Russian guys panicked and they wrote on the floor. No blood. No, there's no blood. No choke marks. Nothing. So what we know is he what's the word I'm looking for? Apparently wrote in ink. He apparently wrote in ink in purple ink on the ground saying wardrobe, but it was written in Russian. Stroganov being the murderer is too obvious, though. Yeah. Imagine he was sleep deprived because he worked so much on the VTuber persona. The next first dude they introduce will be the murderer, which really annoys me, and that's how he died. Maybe. I mean, let's see. We don't know who the captain is. I don't think it's the detective dude because he was like there to defend him. Who else could it be? I'm really tempted to play, but you know, I'm up for it. Who wants to play some more? Let's go. I'm not that tired yet, and I've got a long lie-in, so. But then Neen has to leave. I'm sorry, Neen. I know. I'm so. I'm hyped up. If you're gonna play, can I actually? You know what? Can I go back? I thought it was bedtime. No, that's true. I don't. I want to see if I can go back into the murder room to kind of show off some things, but I don't know if I can do that. You know, no, I won't. I won't. No, it's fine. Like I say, I don't. If I get started, I'm gonna go for like another 3 hours. No. I'm planning to stream tomorrow anyway. Like I say, I've got a nice day after work. Get 5 more hours. But yeah, we'll probably get end the stream there. So there's a whole lot of questions, a whole lot of excitement, and we can discuss after tomorrow. Let's have a peek. Who's online right now? Like I said, I just want to get back in the room and I'm like, oh wait, I might spoil Neen like just by walking in. Probably tomorrow, thinking. Yeah, you got a lot of time. I won't be streaming. I'll probably be streaming about the same time as I did today, tomorrow. So 9:30ish. Who is online? Lillian's online. Mudpup's online. Yeah, rest if you can as well. Yes. I love this music. The right one. There we go. Who's online? Exalted Violet's online. What's she playing? She's playing Mario Kart DS. I mean, Ace Attorney was like a DS game, so that's technically a link. Don't feel sleepy. I just want to draw out. Yeah. I do feel a bit sleepy. But I also know I'm going to have a long lie tomorrow because I don't start working until like 5 p.m, which is great. There's not that many people online. Let's say randomly. Yeah, let's see who's on the VTuber tag. Let's look through VTuber tags. Oh, is there anyone? Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, I'm not good at rating people. Looking. Yeah, there's a whole lot of questions I can't wait to like answer and find out more about in the future. Like I said, I think the way that she gets on the ship, I think is going to be a big point of I think the way they get on the ship, I think will be a big point of how that'd be a good thing to figure out, like what's happened, how did they get on the ship. So we'll have to wait and see about that. And of course, the whole pet. Maybe the pet is. I made the joke earlier, Neen, that the because the trunk didn't have the ballerina in it, maybe the trunk had the revolutionist in it. I mean.
I was like, well, if the ballerina's out here, that must mean that guy's in there. Oh, let's go. This guy's quite nice. Glad I caught the last of your stream. I chat with you a lot. Yeah, no, I'm glad you could come. Like I said, we stream more of this tomorrow. Be wonderful to have you join. But no, Creamy's always lovely to see you. Thank you so much. And Creamy. Let me Creamy. And this goes for everybody, by the way, everyone. Yeah, I need a raid message. If you've got any ideas, let me know. Everyone in chat right now, thank you for coming to my stream. Thank you. And to all the lurkers, people that stuck out there, like Cyburns, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful day. I'm so glad that I can just play this game and just have fun hanging out with you guys. You know, chatting all my nonsense. And thank you very much, guys. Off chat, the pet is penguin. The pet is a penguin. I mean, Cybers definitely thinks the pet is a penguin. No, blushy pet. Yes, I can blush again. Heck yeah. All right, guys. I'll catch you all tomorrow for people who are still here tomorrow. And definitely, like I say, next week, there is going to be a mustache stream as well. Keep an eye out for that. But I won't ramble then. Bye, everybody. Bye.